Night settles over the city like a heavy curtain. Min Ann sits by the window, laptop closed, wine untouched. The glow from the streetlights reflects on the glass. Her reflection stares back, calm but cracked. She thinks of all the times she was told to understand, to be patient, to not make things harder for the family. Memories come in sharp flashes, bright and cruel. Graduation day at Georgetown. Her parents left early because TU letter 1EA5 NS apartment flooded. They promised to celebrate later, but later never came. At her first big promotion, she brought champagne home. Her mother smiled, said, "That's nice, dear," and turned to TU letter 1EA5N. He was losing his job again. Her joy became background noise. The story of her life. She built success like armor. Every title, every award, every sacrifice was a brick in the wall. She thought if she became perfect, they would finally see her. But perfection only made her invisible. Her parents praised TU letter 1EA5, NS resilience. His struggle made them feel needed. Her independence made them feel replaced. She learned early that attention came from failure, not strength. So she stopped asking for it, stopped hoping for it, until the hope turned to habit, a quiet ache that lived beneath her ribs. She remembers the family dinners. TU letter 1EA5N at the center, their parents leaning close. She at the end, serving dishes, smiling when spoken to. Invisible, except when useful. Once, she showed her father a business plan. He said, "You're good at your job, don't risk it." 2 weeks later, he co-signed TU letter 1EA5 NS third loan. She never brought up her dreams again. She kept her head down, worked harder, became the kind of daughter who didn't cause trouble, the kind of woman who could buy a villa in Provence. But now that she finally could, no one cared enough to notice. She opens an old album her mother gave her last year. Her childhood reduced to fragments. TU letter 1EA5 NS birthdays cover pages, colorful and full. Her own 2 lonely photos. She a blur behind the cake. Her mother's arm reaching, always toward him. The pattern runs deep. So deep it became the rhythm of their love. She flips the pages faster, her chest tight. Every picture a quiet reminder. You were never the priority. She closes the book, exhales slowly. For the first time, she allows herself to name it. Neglect. Not hatred. Not cruelty. Just neglect dressed as fairness. She wipes her eyes and opens her laptop again. Not to work this time. To search flights to France. Departure in 3 days. One-way ticket. Her heart beats faster as she enters her details. This time, there's no hesitation. No second guessing. No need for approval. The world outside hums with traffic and noise. Inside, only the sound of her breath remains. Calm. Steady. For the first time, it feels like freedom has a sound. The morning light feels different. Quiet. Determined. Min Ann scrolls through her contacts, finger pausing on one name. Daimai. Her father's sister. The only person who ever told her the truth without softening it. She presses call. The phone rings twice. Min Ann, what a surprise. I got excluded again. Her voice doesn't shake this time. There's silence, then a small sigh. And what are you going to do about it? Min Ann glances at the open confirmation email on her screen. I bought a house in France. The sound of laughter fills the line, warm and proud. It's about time, con guy. You've spent half your life waiting for permission. Min Ann smiles, a little stunned by how light she feels. She doesn't need to explain herself. Not to anyone. After the call, she walks through her apartment. Each step feels deliberate, final. She starts packing without a plan. Shoes first. Then notebooks. Her hands move faster than her thoughts. Every item dropped into the suitcase feels like a choice reclaimed. The rhythm of rebellion. Her phone buzzes again. A message from her father. "We heard about your trip. This is not the time for foolish decisions." She types back slowly. "I'm not asking for advice." And presses send. The dots appear, then disappear. He doesn't reply. The silence feels like oxygen. Later, she sits by the window, laptop open again. She scrolls through photos of the villa. Stone walls bathed in sunlight. A terrace overlooking lavender fields. It looks like peace made visible. Her mind drifts to all the times she waited for someone to say, "Well done." For a nod. A glance. Anything. Now she understands that the validation never existed. It was a mirage she chased for years. She doesn't need their applause anymore. Her success doesn't require witnesses. Still, doubt lingers. What if they're right? What if she's being reckless? But another thought follows, quieter yet stronger. What if she's finally being free? She opens her email, drafts invitations. Not formal ones. Just messages to the people who ever made her feel seen. Lan, her friend from university. H letter 1EA3, INTU letter 1EA5N. Her cousins in Melbourne. Daimai. "I'm hosting Thanksgiving in Provence," she writes. No obligations, just good food and better company. She hits send before she can second-guess herself. Then sits back, exhaling. The city hums outside her window, but she feels far from it already. This is the moment she's been waiting for without knowing. Not escape. Not revenge. Reclamation. She closes her eyes, imagining the long wooden table under the French sun. Voices she chooses. Laughter that doesn't sting. Love that doesn't have conditions attached. She doesn't know who will come. She doesn't care. For the first time in years, the future doesn't scare her. It invites her. 3 days before the flight, her phone rings again. Her father's name flashes on the screen. She considers ignoring it. Then she answers. "Min Ann, your mother's worried," he begins. "About what?" "This trip of yours, a villa in France. It's unnecessary, even impulsive." She almost laughs. "I've never been impulsive, Ba. My savings are stable. My mortgage is paid." Silence hums between them. "You always were defensive," he says softly. "No, Ba, I was always dismissed." The words leave her mouth before she can stop them. There's a pause long enough for regret to slip in. Then she ends the call. No apology. No explanation. Her heart beats fast, but it feels like release. Minutes later, another message arrives. Her mother this time. A photo of TU letter 1EA5, NS children smiling in pilgrim hats. "They keep asking when Aunt Min Ann is coming. They miss you." She sets the phone down, stares at it until the screen fades. The manipulation is almost elegant. Wrapped in affection, coated with guilt. 3 days of similar messages follow. She stops replying. Instead, she focuses on her list. Flights confirmed. Decorations ordered. Menu drafted. Each task is a small rebellion. Her phone buzzes again. This time, a new name lights up. H letter 1EA3I. "I heard what happened," the message reads. "I know how they treat you. TU letter 1EA5N and I aren't okay with it." Her throat tightens as she rereads the words. "Would you consider letting us join you?" She types slowly, fingers trembling. "I'd like that, truly." When the message sends, she exhales shakily. Maybe change doesn't have to be lonely. That night, she pours a glass of wine and opens her laptop. The villa's photos fill the screen again. She lingers on the long table under golden light. A table waiting to be filled. The idea no longer feels indulgent. It feels necessary. A declaration of self-worth. Her email pings with a new message. Her boss. Subject, time off request approved. She smiles, small but real. He writes, the team can handle things, bring back some good wine. For once, no one questions her priorities. She closes her laptop and lets the quiet settle. Freedom feels foreign but not frightening. Still, doubt creeps in before sleep. What if she's making a mistake? What if this gesture burns bridges she might still need? But then she remembers every family dinner she wasn't invited to. Every celebration turned into someone else's crisis. Every time she swallowed her worth for peace. The bridge was already burning. She's just stepping away before it collapses. Morning arrives with sunlight spilling through her blinds. Her suitcase waits by the door, half-packed. The ticket sits on top, printed in final. Her phone buzzes again. She doesn't check it. Not yet. She sips her coffee and watches the city wake. For once, she doesn't feel behind. She feels ahead. The villa smells of citrus and wood polish. Min Ann opens the shutters wide, letting in the Provence sun. The terrace glows, the table already set with linen and glass. She places a vase of wildflowers in the center, a symbol of something blooming again. Her phone buzzes. A message from TU, letter 1EA5N. Landing in Marseille. Can't believe I'm really doing this. She smiles, heart thudding. For years, he was the golden one. Now he's choosing to step into her world. A world she built without permission. An hour later, the gravel crunches outside. A rental car stops by the gate. TU letter 1EA5N steps out first, eyes wide, uncertain. H letter 1EA3I follows, carrying a bottle of wine. They look tired, but lighter. Min Ann opens the door before they can knock. Welcome home, she says simply. The words taste strange but right. They unpack together, laughter slowly replacing awkwardness. The villa fills with the sound of real family. That night, candles flicker across the table. A breeze carries the scent of lavender and bread. TU letter 1EA5 and raises his glass. To new beginnings, he says softly. Min Ann nods. To finally being seen. They drink, and for once, the silence that follows feels whole. Halfway through dinner, TU letter 1EA5N's phone rings. He glances at the screen and freezes. Mom. Min Ann's heart stutters, but her voice stays calm. Answer it. He hesitates, then presses speaker. TU letter 1EA5N, are you safe? Their mother's voice floods the room. Your father and I are worried sick. I'm fine, M letter 1EB9, we're all fine. Her tone sharpens instantly. All fine, you're with her, aren't you? After everything we've done. TU letter 1EA5 and S jaw tightens. Yes, I'm with her. You should come home now, his father cuts in. This is childish. TU letter 1EA5 and looks at Min Ann, his voice steady but full of heat. No, Ba, what's childish is pretending love should be earned. The line goes silent. You've helped me all my life, he continues. But in doing so, you made me weak, and you made her invisible. No one speaks for a long moment. Then he ends the call. No anger. No apology. Just peace. Min Ann reaches across the table and squeezes his hand. Thank you, she whispers. H letter 1EA3I lifts the wine bottle, breaking the heavy air. Another round, for courage. They laugh softly. The kind of laugh that heals. Later, they clear the dishes together. No hierarchy. No quiet resentment. Only the sound of shared effort. TU letter 1EA5 and hums while washing the plates. H letter 1EA3I dries them, stealing glances at Min Ann's small smile. For the first time in years, she feels the shape of belonging. Not a performance. Not an obligation. But something simple and earned. When the night ends, she steps out to the terrace. The stars are sharp and countless. Behind her, voices still murmur and clink. For the first time, the word family doesn't sting. It feels real. The morning light spills through the lace curtains. Coffee steams on the table, untouched. Min Ann scrolls through her phone and freezes. An email from her mother. Subject line in all caps. Urgent Thanksgiving change of plans. Her stomach tightens. She opens it slowly. We've booked flights to Paris. We'll rent a car. We'll be there by dinner. Her hands tremble, not from fear this time. We can't let this family fall apart. This is your last chance. She exhales, long and steady. The threat is disguised as love, as always. But something inside her has shifted too far to return. She walks to the kitchen, where everyone gathers. TU letter 1EA5 N looks up instantly. What happened? She holds up the phone. They're coming. The room falls silent. Daimai sets down her cup. Do you want them here? Min Ann looks around at the faces surrounding her. People who came because they wanted to, not because they had to. She shakes her head slowly. No, not like this. TU letter 1EA5N stands, shoulders squared. Then I'll call them. I'll handle it. Her heart squeezes with something like pride. He's not the boy who hid behind excuses anymore. She nods. Thank you. He steps out onto the terrace, phone in hand. The air feels heavy with memory. Through the open door, his voice carries. Letter 1EB9, Ba, this has to stop. A pause. No, you can't just show up. This isn't your event to control. Another pause. His voice steadies. Yes, we love you, but love doesn't mean obedience. When he returns, his expression is calm. They said they'll think about it. Min Ann almost laughs. They won't. But she doesn't sound bitter, only sure. The rest of the day moves in slow, careful rhythm. The villa transforms with purpose. TU letter 1EA5, N hangs garlands across the terrace. H letter 1EA3 I lights candles, their glow catching on silverware. The table looks like warmth turned tangible. As the sun sinks, the air turns golden. Guests arrive one by one. Lan bursts through the door, laughing, arms full of pastries. Mark and Jennifer from Melbourne arrive, already teasing each other. The sound of voices fills the villa until the walls seem to breathe. Min Ann watches, quiet joy swelling in her chest. Every laugh is proof that she didn't imagine this new world. When they finally sit, no one takes the head of the table. A circle of equals. Glasses raised. Smiles genuine. To new traditions, she says softly. To tables we build ourselves. They drink, and for a moment time holds still. The phone on the counter buzzes again. She doesn't reach for it. Not this time. She turns back to the laughter, to the people she chose. This is her family now. Made, not assigned. Earned, not given. For the first time, she understands what peace feels like. The next morning arrives soft and clear. The air smells of coffee, bread, and the sea. Min Ann sits under the olive trees, sunlight on her face. TU letter 1EA5, and pours her a cup and smiles quietly. This is nice, he says. She nods, content. No tension. No expectations. Only peace. Then, the sound of tires crunching on gravel. Everyone freezes. A taxi appears at the end of the long drive. Suitcases. Two familiar figures. Her parents. They came anyway. Daimai exhales sharply. Of course they did, Min Ann murmurs. Her pulse stays steady. For once, she doesn't rise to greet them. She sets her cup down and stays seated. The group stands beside her without a word. A quiet wall of support. Her father waves stiffly to the driver. Bring the luggage to the main bedroom, he says. Her mother scans the terrace, smile tight and bright. What a lovely little gathering. We came as soon as we could. Min Ann stands slowly, calm and sure. We weren't expecting you. Her mother laughs too quickly. Well, family should be together, right? Now what are the plans? Her father gestures toward the table. This bread looks dry. There's a market nearby. TU letter 1EA5N, come with me. Old instincts stir, the urge to obey, to smooth things over. But the weight of the villa behind her reminds her who she is now. She takes a slow breath. You're welcome to join us, she says evenly. But this is already a complete table. Her mother blinks, not understanding. Her father frowns, unused to refusal. TU letter 1EA5 and moves closer to Min Ann, hand light on her shoulder. There's room here, he says. He gestures to 2 empty chairs near the center. Not at the ends, here with everyone else. The silence stretches. A test. Her parents exchange a look, caught between pride and uncertainty. No one moves to rescue them. No one fills the quiet. Min Ann steps forward and adjusts the name cards. 2 new ones. Written neatly. Placed between Dai Mai and Jennifer. There's space for everyone, she says softly. But only on equal terms. Her mother's lips part, searching for authority. None comes. Her father looks at the chairs, then at her. For once, he says nothing. Lan passes them coffee without comment. TU letter 1EA5N continues setting the table, humming softly. Life goes on, with or without their approval. Finally, her parents sit. Awkward, uncertain, but present. The others continue talking, the sound easy and unforced. No drama. No stay. Just people sharing a morning. Min Ann looks around the table she built from courage and loss. The light glints off the glasses, scattering small rainbows. She realizes something simple and profound. They don't have to understand her. They only need to see that she's not waiting anymore. The power to belong was hers all along. She smiles. The world feels lighter. And for the first time, she truly feels home. The afternoon sun fades into gold. The table is quiet now, filled with crumbs and laughter's echo. Min Ann leans back, watching everyone talk softly. No tension, no hidden comparisons, no fear of being small. Her parents sit together, still uncertain but listening. Not leading. Not commanding. Just present. It's enough. She feels the weight of decades lift from her shoulders. The air tastes like bread, wine, and forgiveness. For once, she doesn't crave approval. She already has acceptance, the kind she built herself. TU letter 1EA5N catches her eye and smiles, gratitude unspoken. The sound of distant bells drifts from the village below. Evening settles like a soft blanket around them all. Her phone buzzes on the table. A flight reminder. She flips it face down without reading. The choice has already been made. Her life isn't waiting elsewhere anymore. It's here, in this moment at this table. A family of equals. A tradition reborn. She lifts her glass, the last of the wine glimmering red. To peace, she whispers. The others raise theirs without question. And the light, warm and full, stays long after the sun is gone.